What it do, man? It's your boy Mace Machiavelli here for our first episode of the No Filter Sports Podcast. Here today with my boy Will Beasy.
What's good, world? What's good?
You know what I'm saying? Everybody like, comment, subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Episode 1, more to come. You know what I mean? A lot of things to talk about in the sports world. You know what I mean? We're going to jump right into it. We're going to start off with these Lakers. We're going to start off with these poor Lakers. Picked up Westbrook in the middle of the offseason. Had 80. Picked up a couple other pieces like Wayne Ellington. Who else they pick up?
Wayne Ellington. You got Kendrick Nunn.
Yeah.
Carmelo Anthony.
Oh, yeah. I forget my boy Melo. Listen,
right.
Melo is like my favorite player all time. You know what I'm saying? And it sucks. Melo actually is playing good right now. But
with the current situation, it's definitely Carmelo is actually part of the solution.
Yeah.
Sure.
Nah, he definitely helping. But man, like I don't. Every game I look at, I just don't see like, dang, like they have what I say about 5 Hall of Famers. Like you got LeBron, certified Hall of Famer. Melo, certified Hall of Fame. Dwight, certified Hall of Fame.
Even though I don't agree with all of his career, Russell
You're
has to
right.
be thrown in there.
Russell, certified Hall of Fame, man. AD gonna be a Hall of Famer one day.
Yep,
you know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Because he made the top 75 list that they had put out. But it's sad that you got all these Hall of Famers and it's just not clicking. You know, and it took time for like with the Miami, when LeBron was in Miami, it took time for them to mesh. Like they lost a couple games.
I do need to go back and check. I do remember that they had chemistry issues.
Right.
They had chemistry issues at first, but this is a different.
Yeah, it is.
This is a different thing, because at first, even with the big three in Miami, one thing at that time. The only thing they couldn't do was for everybody to get everybody to have a good night. Like right. When they first got there, it might be like, okay, it was Wade and Bosh. Like, you know, even if it was 2 of them,
right.
If it was LeBron and Wade, you know, Bosh had an off night. If it was
LeBron
and Bosh, you know what I'm saying? You know, it was Wade. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To get it going, but with the Lakers, I mean, at this point, it's definitely chemistry things going on,
right.
But something that has to be said is, I'm going to say most of the blame right now is Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis, the a.k.a., well, you don't have the unibrow no more, but formerly known as the unibrow, is not performing like the top. Like Anthony Davis before the Lakers, the Pelicans, Anthony Davis, top 5 player in the NBA, hands down. Arguably was the best big man, you know what I'm saying, before he got to the Lakers. Like he definitely was like one of the best big men, and it's like now, you know, when LeBron is out, because LeBron has missed, you know, Father Time catches up with you sometime, but this is LeBron's like first year like being out consecutively and picking up injuries. So when LeBron is out, you got 80, you got Westbrook, and you expect, you know, out of 80, you at least expect 25, 30 points a night.
More.
You're right. Ain't really more. You know what I mean? You need 35. You know what I mean? If you got to drop to 40, drop to 40.
Because, I mean, at this point right now, you got LeBron James, 37 years old.
Right, he shouldn't be having to do all
this.
He's
the most consistent player that he's on there. If you look at it, he's carrying him, and you know what I mean. And when he first got there, that was the thing, though.
Right, the Anthony Davis. Right, yeah. It's supposed to be Anthony's team, because LeBron, I mean, like you just said,
at this point in his career, this is what he needs. You know what I mean? It's like that. It's like that. That transit. It's like that transition with with Kareem and Magic.
Right.
It's the same thing, you know what I'm saying, with the same story franchise, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was supposed to be kind of like a passing of a torch type deal where it's in LeBron's later years, this is the twilight of his career.
That it need to be Anthony's team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And right now, Anthony Davis should be that should be Anthony Davis' team. You know, they shouldn't have to wait on like, yo, LeBron hurt, he out. Like, we need LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Like, AD's supposed to do whatever he got to do.
And absolutely. I mean, it's not all his fault.
Nah.
But I mean, because at this time, you know what I'm saying. I mean, when now AD's first year, the bubble year when they got that ring.
Yeah.
He played great. He played amazing. You know what I mean? I know. During those first 7 years with the Pelicans, you know, he accumulated a lot of injuries. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I don't know if that's what's slowing him down right now. No, it could be.
Right.
I don't know if that's what it is. I mean, he still is a good player, but for what the Lakers need,
he needs to be
from
great.
Him, need to expect of him. You know what I mean? It has to be a little bit more. You know, I haven't always been the biggest Russell Westbrook fan, so I'm definitely gonna throw him in there. Absolutely, I'm definitely going. Yeah.
And I'm not even gonna lie. I'm a Westbrook fan. Like, man, before this happened and stuff like that, Russell was like one of my top 2, top 3 favorite point guards, just because of the hustle he puts up every night. He might brick shots and stuff like that, but he gonna give you that hustle. Like, he's gonna fight for every rebound. He's gonna, you know, like, he's gonna drive down the lane from making a block, right? You know, so but. This right here, I'm not gonna lie, seeing like the 10 turnover games, and you know, some games you don't even have 10 points.
Master, you know, but he had it with him. He gets those quadruple doubles too.
Right, with the 10 turnovers. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's unnecessary plays, and it's like,
because people look at the stats. The stats is there, but I mean, you gotta look at the efficiency of it.
Right.
I mean, why am I shooting? I'm shooting 30 shots and end up with
20 points.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, those things. You know, I mean, he's a willing distributor as well. But it's like I mean, they're finding their footing. And that, you know, it's like they find a way. And I will say this: part of the guys, you know, during that off season. That we haven't got to see play yet. Kendrick Nunn.
Oh yeah.
Trevor Ariza. You know, Trevor
Ariza, a big addition to him. Yeah. Definitely defense, because that's one of my blames. Defense, like defensively, they do not like. It's like they have no effort. The only one who shows effort on defense, and I like what's my coach name, Frank Vogel. He was starting DeAndre Jordan, which I was never a fan of, because, I mean, the Nets dropped DeAndre for a reason. You know what I'm saying? He really didn't get no burn with the Nets, and he started starting Dwight Howard. When's Dwight and even now, and he's always been a defensive guy. So
Dwight Howard at this point in his career cannot be the guy playing out there with defense on his mind. I mean, he's playing the best.
Yeah, he is.
You know.
Right now, he's the best Laker playing defense. Right now, no, I can't name nobody who gets on that man. Like LeBron, you know, LeBron is gonna be LeBron. He's gonna do his shit. You know what I'm saying? Every night.
Not even speak. Didn't say. I mean, of course, LeBron.
Right, LeBron is LeBron. We like, you know what I mean? That's right.
After 19 years of doing it.
But I'm saying for like Westbrook, even definitely AD. Like AD.
Yeah, what it comes down to right now, AD has to be the anchor. AD has to be that defensive anchor. AD is capable of doing it. He did it the year during the bubble. Last year, I think it was last year, he had the little freak accident injury where he jumped up in there to get the rebound. Yeah. Remember the leg kick back?
Against Phoenix, right?
Yeah, I mean, nobody, you know, the little crazy kickback. With that, it was Phoenix. They played Phoenix.
Yeah, the first round. Yeah,
they had to do the play in, and they made
they had to play the play in last year.
Yeah, because that was like they were both getting because the injuries finally starting to come for LeBron, which is it's crazy to see because for the longest I just knew he was made in the lab. So
this is the first year we're seeing LeBron being a human being. You know what I'm saying?
And I mean, he's old, Dad. He's done it. I mean, because at this point in his career, he's not missed that many games due to injury. So in your 19th season, you missing a few games here and there, but you still averaging 25, 6 and 6. You're good.
Right.
But that's what it is now. I mean, it's still. I keep saying it's still early.
Right. It is early.
Hopefully, we're not saying that after the All-Star break.
Right.
After that, because that's the cutoff. That's the cutoff to assess that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we'll see. I mean, I saw him play earlier this week against the Celtics. I like that game.
Yeah.
They
had a great.
They were moving the ball.
Yeah,
they were moving the ball well. They were taking advantage of a lot of the open court opportunities.
Right.
You know what I mean? They were doing that. They looked good. It was kind of like a brief glimpse of what they could be.
Yeah.
And then last night to lose to the Grizzlies. We're not taking anything away from them because we're seeing the
Grizzlies.
We're seeing good things right now. We're seeing good things with the Grizzlies because Ja Morant isn't playing, but they're still
winning. Yeah. Like a very young
good
team.
young team in the West. Absolutely.
Definitely snuck one on the Lakers. But man, like it's some good young teams.
We got 82 games. I think we back to the full. Last year they didn't do the full 82.
Right,
so it was 70,
yeah,
70 something.
70, yeah.
And so they'll get back to that. So we're looking at probably like 24, 25 games in. So now these next 20 games define who they are.
But one thing I can say, if things don't change around the All-Star break, I think Frank Vogel is gone, man. And it sucks, but somebody has to be, the scapegoat.
It's going to be a fall guy. It has to be, and a lot of times it is the coach.
Yeah.
The way I know he's in the hot seat, it was a game last week.
When LeBron had his back.
LeBron had defended him publicly.
Right.
I wouldn't blame Frank Vogel. Frank Vogel is a good coach.
Right.
You guys forget when the Pacers was on.
Paul George making the Eastern Conference Finals.
When they were competing against
the Heat every year.
Frank Vogel was a young coach making a name for himself.
Right.
His position is solidified his league. But the thing about it is, he's a defensive coach.
Right.
We don't have players. The players are not executing defense. I can lead you to water, but I can't make you drink. Players have to execute.
What's the game plan? Right.
And that's not being done right now. Guys are they're still figuring it out.
Yeah.
Of course, I want to see them succeed this year. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. They got to get it together fast because Steph has returned. The bandwagon is on the way back.
Let's talk about it.
They back like they never left.
They are. Listen.
Oh yeah, big shout out to Steph. He about to break. Steph
is about to break Ray Allen's record.
Today's date is Friday, December the 10th. Right now, it's probably a game tonight. He's probably gonna break it tonight.
It is. I think it's the game tonight.
It took Ray. How long? It took Ray 20 years. Steph been playing since 2009, so what? 12, almost 13 years.
Yeah, man. Steph Curry has been incredible this year, and right now, hands down, my clear MVP. You know what I'm saying, for this year, barring unless injury happens. But Steph Curry has the Warriors looking like they did, but like they did when they was on the run, missing Clay still. Clay comes back very soon. He played a G League game. They're missing James Wiseman, and I think he's gonna add a lot of help because right now, when I look at their games, they have a lot of great pieces like Poole. Wiggins has definitely filled a big role.
Lee,
Gary
Payton,
Gary Payton Jr.
These are guys that this team right here. I mean, they're only 2 years removed. From the dynasty that they were. Since the loss happened in the finals.
Yeah.
I mean, Clay had his first injury.
Yeah.
He tore the ACL. He tore the ACL in that finals, and then during recovery, he tore the Achilles on the other leg. Yeah. And then people also forget last year, Steph is capable of doing. Steph broke his hand last year.
Right, last year.
You know what I mean?
And was playing very well last year.
They've always produced. The reason that the Warriors are what they were, the mad scientist behind the scenes has always been Jerry West. They develop players through the draft.
Yeah.
And I mean, the proof is here because look how they look right now without Clay. Clay isn't even back. That's why they're walking. That's why they've been bringing Clay back. Hey, there's no rush.
Right.
Because one thing's for sure, Clay and Wiseman, they'll be back well before it's time for the playoffs to get time to mesh and get some chemistry.
Yeah.
The question is, coming from two major injuries like that, not one but two.
Is Clay gonna be the same, right?
Yeah, and I think that's why they did that's why they let him get the G League games in.
Yeah.
And that was good, to get him out
there, get back in the NBA form,
get back acclimated to that environment.
Yeah,
and, but one thing's for sure, I don't see anybody right now. That a team to beat. You gotta get out the West.
Between them and I'm not gonna sleep on Phoenix.
Yeah, I forgot.
You know what I'm saying? Cause Phoenix, right? Not even just that. They played the Warriors.
They
beat the Warriors, and then the Warriors came back and beat them. So that right there, I believe. That could be the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, the Lakers got to worry about them too.
They
knocked them out last year.
They knocked them out. You know what I mean? And now you got more dangerous teams in the West now. Like Utah is not getting sorry; they're getting better.
I mean, yeah.
The Nuggets, you got
them the same.
The Nuggets, the Mavericks have gotten better since Jason Kidd has been, their coach. So the West is pretty tough, and we always think of the Lakers as a front runner because of the name and stuff like that, but they got a lot of things to worry about. But yeah, the Warriors, man, definitely look like championship form this year because. They remind me of the 17 Warriors, the Warriors that was 73-9, but they lost to Cleveland that year. The only thing, like I said, that I believe right now they're just missing size, because like Draymond always gonna play big, but when Wiseman come back, he's gonna add size, to their roster, and like you said, hopefully Clay can still be the Clay that we know him to be, if not all the way fully. Shoot, a nice 15-20 points gonna help. You know what I'm saying? So
it'll be good to add that dynamic back to it. All right, absolutely.
Yeah, man. Another thing. Let's jump to the East, man. The East has a lot of saga stories. Let's get to the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn, right now, they're to be honest, between Brooklyn and Milwaukee, the best teams in the East.
And the Bulls, man.
Hell yeah. Woo!
Yeah,
oh my goodness. Yeah. Listen, the Bulls are real. Yeah. The Bulls are real, man. Like, the Bulls are real. We're going to get to that. But let's talk about the Nets and how Kyrie, we all know Kyrie's sitting out. He doesn't want us to get vaccinated. But Kevin Durant and I can't even say and James Harden because it's really just been Kevin Durant. James Harden shows up when he wants to show up. James Harden has not play like the James Harden we are used to seeing.
But I'm gonna tell you what's wrong with James Harden is the league's crackdown on
free throws. Right.
That's all.
Man, imagine going into a game and knowing that you're gonna get like 20 points from the free throw line.
I watched.
You know what I'm saying?
20 points easy. That's why it was real easy. Like, look, if you go back and look at all those 30, those 40-point games,
right.
none of it's working. When the Nets played the Mavericks the other night, all the way up until the fourth quarter, Kevin Durant, he waited until he gave it a chance, to see how the flow was gonna work. He took over in the fourth.
Yeah,
it wasn't working. That's all Harden was doing, was talking to the refs.
Right.
His
asking for his calls back.
That patented little hook he used to do on the way.
Yeah, try to hook your arm up. Yeah, man.
And then what I mean? It worked for you.
They're not doing it this year. They're not doing it.
And it ain't just hard. There's a lot of players whose games have been affected due to that. They're not calling a lot of the calls.
I like that though. I like that.
Because now if you it's like, remember, if you
it's back to the old NBA.
Yeah, so it's you got to go get it. And that ain't working for that exposed
James
Harden.
And
I mean, at this point, I don't know, depending on your opinion or what your views are. I mean, my view, Kyrie's being selfish. You know what I mean? If this is, his stance on things the past couple years, if your stance was going to be this, maybe your stance should have been that when you first came up before you got the money. He can do that now. He can do that now because he can afford to do it. He can afford to do it now. So,
yeah, I mean, with me, man, I like Kyrie. His thoughts be in the right place, but it be at the wrong time. Like, bro, just play basketball.
I agree with that.
Play basketball, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You getting paid. Listen,
millions
we part of the worker
dollars.
bees.
Right.
Like we go to work every day. We grind. We love the game. And you getting paid. You're getting paid for this. This for a game that most people play as a hobby.
As a hobby, right? You getting paid millions.
But that's what happens is that's that complacency.
Right.
So he been in the game for a little bit. He got his ring. He got the money. Got the shoe deal. Got the endorsements. He got it now.
Got the movie Uncle Drew. Kyrie's just has kind of always
before the vaccination it was different. Look at what happened last year.
Yeah, he's
I simply don't like the way things are going on.
So I'm not gonna play. Yeah, you can't be doing stuff like that. It's like, yeah, you're right. He has been selfish because it's like, bro, you getting paid millions and millions of dollars. Why are you not showing up to perform?
You and Durant agreed to come play there together, and now Durant is over.
He's left hanging.
He's over there having to carry because what I saw there fourth quarter, it was a 27-13 run, which was led. All of it wasn't exclusive, but most of it, the majority of it was Kevin offense from Kevin Durant.
Right. And he shouldn't be having to do that when Kyrie agreed, to leave his team. KD agreed to leave his team to come join forces, and it's crazy how Kyrie has always been selfish though. Like, LeBron came back to Cleveland to basically give him a ring because he was struggling with that Cleveland franchise. He was averaging the great points. Don't get me wrong. He's always been a great superstar player. But LeBron came over here, gave you a ring, and then, you want to basically leave and join your own team.
Kyrie didn't even want to play that year. They had to convince Kyrie to play that year that he won the ring. That year he averaged more points than LeBron did.
Yeah.
You hit the game-winning shot.
Right.
You hit the go-ahead bucket.
Yeah.
You did all of that, and then you betrayed the king. He made it about and really
made it about him. Then goes and joined the Boston Celtics, and they make it to the Eastern Conference Finals without you. And Jason Tatum rises to the occasion and becomes a star in that one Eastern Conference Finals while you're sitting on the bench. Then you leave from there and join forces with KD, and it's like, bro, like when are you gonna realize, like, bro, just play basketball, like stop being selfish. You know what I mean? Like let's be a team. You know. But yeah, man, shoot. Kyrie not the only one being selfish. Let's talk about Ben Simmons and how, I was at the last Ben Simmons game. Actually, I was at the Atlanta Hawks versus Philly, the playoff game last year, Game 7, and man, it looked bad when I was watching it. Like seeing Ben Simmons not want to dunk the ball and just pass it off while he had an open 2 points. That was his last game, and it seems like to me it's a mental thing with him. Like I feel like mentally he like his mental is gone. So it's like to me it was never gonna work because you can't be a point guard of a team but not shoot the ball. At least attempt to shoot the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me personally, when I go out on the court, when I step out on the court, I hope anybody, when they step out of the court and get the ball passed to them, what's the first thing you gonna want to do? I want to shoot. You know what I'm saying? The first thing I want to do when I get the ball in my hands, I want to shoot to see if I can make the shot. Ben Simmons, we don't even know, like, because he doesn't attempt to shoot. Great IQ, don't get me wrong, but, I don't think it's, ever going to work if he came back, and I doubt he comes back.
He's lost the locker room at this point.
Yeah, you had your star player Joel kind of talk about it. You had Doc kind of talk about it. So I don't believe he's coming back, and then I don't know what's a great trade for him. I have been hearing lately, the Portland Trailblazers talk.
A great trade that'll work is what Daryl Moore is requested, and obviously at this point in the season, there still hasn't been a trade.
Right.
It's a hefty package.
Right.
I mean, even without the jump shot.
Yeah.
He's still
it's bona fide superstar. Right. You know what I mean?
It's just the way he's going about it.
Yeah.
What's going on with Ben Simmons is this is a direct it's pretty much a direct reaction due to how he was perceived in the media during the offseason.
Right.
Because, he got dragged online. There was a lot of memes out there of him passing up that it told you everything you need to know. That last play, it was you and Trae Young. You're 6'10".
Yeah, and Trae Young is like 6'2" on a great day.
You know what I mean? And, and that's really what I think it was. Because, when you came back, how can you be mad at the team?
Right.
That was you. You ain't mad at yourself. That's how you know it was. It was a lot of. He was the topic for most of the off season.
Right.
Talking about that because of the expectations that's been on that team for the past few years. Their height was whenever Kyrie went to Toronto, that was the closest they made it. That heartbreaker.
Yeah.
That heartbreaker, that shot that Kyrie hit. That year was their year that they were posed to. It was finals implications. That was the year that they were, and they were that close.
Yeah.
To going to the finals.
Yeah, that one little shot.
Yeah, but ever since then, the potential that they had. The process ended up working out. Embiid still doing it.
Best big man in the league right now.
Yeah, but one thing for sure is, Ben Simmons signed that deal not too long ago, so they're making sure that they get their just due,
right?
That they get their value. And what I wouldn't do either is rush to trade him because you're mad because of what you didn't do or what you've been unwilling to do. How do you gonna know you missed the jumper if you never even shot it? You get paid for basketball.
Exactly, man. That's crazy, man. Man,
so we'll see how that how that works out.
Yeah.
With him.
All right, let's jump to football, man. So we got this weekend, Sunday, we have the great rivalry, man. We got Washington versus the Cowboys. Yeah. The greatest rivalry.
They actually are gonna play 2 times in the next 2
weeks. Yeah.
You know, it's divisional game. One thing for sure, I'm not gonna count Washington out.
I'm not counting Washington out. Taylor Heineke has revived Washington. They have won the last 5 or 6 games, and they look.
It's 4 or 5.
Yeah, 4 or 5 games. 5. Yeah, so
good QB play, and that's what they needed for a long time. Ron Rivera, that's my coach. That's my coach, man. I'm a Carolina fan all day. Riverboat Ron. What he brought to Washington was a defensive mindset. And that, so that was there because that's the type of coach he is. But the surprising QB play of Taylor Heineke.
Yeah, man.
I saw the kid come in. He came in last year. I saw him come in last year, and he gave it all out there on the field. He had close to 400 passing yards. I'm trying to think. It was either when they were going through the whole Haskins. I want to say Haskins was still there.
Yeah.
And it might have been. I don't know if it was Fitzpatrick. It might have been Fitzpatrick.
I was just about to ask that question.
Fitzpatrick was with Miami last year.
Do you think Fitzpatrick, a.k.a. Fitzmagic,
or Fitztragic,
do you think he has lost his job?
Absolutely. Whenever I saw Taylor Heineke play last year, when I saw him play last year, he came in the game. And he played lights out.
Right.
And they put him back on the bench, and they went back to inconsistent QB play.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember whether or not it was Haskins, whether or not it was Fitzpatrick. I don't know. It was Case Keenum.
Yeah.
No, Alex Smith. It was Alex Smith. They had Alex Smith last year.
Yeah.
Alex Smith was a good QB. It was just the injury.
You're right.
The injury that he had. They were scared to really. They really didn't want him to play. But during that whole whatever it was inconsistent QB play.
Right.
The quarterback there, that he showed everything that he needs to show for that starting job. Because Dallas started off really hot. They were one of the hottest teams.
Yeah.
They've been dropping.
Yeah, they did, and they've been declining.
They've been losing.
They had that one win against the Saints the other week, but other than that, they have really been going downhill, man. The Raiders game on one of the biggest games other than the Super Bowl, Thanksgiving Day game. I just couldn't know. I just knew they was gonna win that, and they lost.
They lost that game. All penalties. It was all penalties.
All penalties. Ezekiel, I can't even say he hasn't been the Ezekiel we know. To me, it looks like they just stopped using the running game, and they have 2 great runners.
I mean, they ran the ball that game. Elliott got hurt that game.
Yeah.
The only thing that needed to happen is they should have gave Pollard more time, more playing time.
Yeah.
Because it's clear. It's clear. Running backs don't last too long in the league. Zeke's been in since 2015. Pollard is the player. Different teams play different football during these months.
Right.
Whereas they are on the decline, you got teams like historically and every year, no matter how they always start, they play the best football in November, December, and I'm talking about the Patriots.
Oh yeah,
hottest team in the league right now.
Before we end this, let's get to talking about them Patriots, man. So I'm not gonna lie, I kind of counted them out at the beginning of the year.
You can never count Bill.
But we can't count Bill Belichick out. Only reason I say that is because they didn't make the playoffs last year. But, they released Cam in the beginning of the year. Once I understood why, once they had Mac Jones. And, man, he has found his new quarterback.
What Bill Belichick, what happened with Bill is the whole situation. Bill wanted Tom gone a few years ago,
right,
for a smooth transition because of the system that Bill runs.
Right.
Bill truly felt that, and he's always been amazing at spotting talent, finding those guys that other people just didn't simply see it as.
Right.
I mean, Tom Brady, 2000 draft.
Yeah.
The last pick in the draft, and you saw. I mean, this is the greatest quarterback of all time we're talking about. So I mean, because a lot of the big debate last year was who was the best. I mean, not the best, but who was it? Was it Bill or was it Tom? It was Bill, because the way that Tom became who he was is because of Bill. Last year was a transitioning period with Tom being gone. You grab Cam Newton. That's my quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
My favorite quarterback.
That's my quarterback. But simply you had a situation that that neither one I think was really truly comfortable with.
Right.
But Bill did his best to adjust everything for Cam.
Yeah.
But last year they really lacked a lot of offensive weapons.
Yeah, weapons. Yeah.
But one thing about it I can tell you is that whenever Bill saw Tom win that Super Bowl, it lit a fire.
He went out and got them weapons. He paid.
Bill Belichick has always bargained. He always gets players out the drafts and develops them. Bill Belichick has never been one to go out and sign the big name free agents. I mean, he cut Darrelle Revis in his prime.
And that owner was mad that he had to spend all the money, but he was like, man, hey, we got to do it. We got to. It's what Bill wants. This is what he gets.
I mean, they spent $135 million on the first day of free agency.
Right.
I mean, it paid off because Mac Jones ended up panning out. I mean, you look at it, they signed Cam to a deal in the offseason. Cam never even got to play. Because he never got a chance to play on that contract because Bill had already seen all he needed to see in Mac Jones.
Right.
Alabama hasn't really been known because I can remember when I got really big into football in around 2006, 2007 whenever we were going through the Florida, the Alabama rivalries.
Yeah.
Tim Tebow. But Alabama has always, they've always produced good defensive linemen, good wide receivers. Pretty much great running backs, pretty much everything except for the QB position. But in the past couple years with Jalen Hurts, your Tua Tagovailoas, I remember AJ McCarron's. But so I think a lot of people. That's why Mac Jones dropped in the draft. A lot of people really didn't believe in it because Alabama is really not known for producing quarterbacks.
Yeah.
But one thing I've seen is he is making pro throws within that system. Within the system, he's making. In tight windows, he's doing it. So you take that. They got this kid out the draft. Right. So you take that and you put that with those weapons that they got with the good defense they got. I mean they're clicking. I want to say it's about 7 in a row now.
Yeah, 7 in a row.
And man. I think it's gonna go
on top of that. On top of the AFC right now.
Listen, the NFL, the sports world would love to see Tampa Bay. And the Patriots. Listen.
Tom versus Bill.
Listen, I'm going out on a limb and I'm calling it now.
Man, that's a big bargain.
I'm calling it now because the way they're playing right. I mean, they just beat the Bills Monday Night Football.
Yeah, and it was very inclement weather.
Mac Jones threw 3 passes. The fewest passes probably thrown. I think that was a record for the Patriots. The fewest passes thrown.
Well, that's just
the running game, but that's Belichick. He adjusted. The Wendy's. They were playing in Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo.
Snowy, very
windy.
Very windy. So he adjusted the game, and guess what happened? Defense and the running game. These are attributes of great coaching. You adjusted to it, but 3 passes. Hey,
it's like, hey, Matt, you off today, but guess what? We gonna find a way to win.
We still have to make good handoffs.
Right.
Hey, I'm telling you, those handoffs matter. He has the full. This is just his rookie year.
Yeah.
So the future's bright for him.
Like you said, it just shows Belichick's genius, man. To be like, yo, it's windy. Under circumstance, because I had watched the game and I was like, I seen Buffalo go for a field goal, and a close field goal, but it was so windy, the field goal went off and wandered left. You know what I'm saying? So, like, they didn't do the Patriots didn't do field goals. They went for straight 2-point conversions and hit them every time. It was like, yo, Belichick is a genius. You know what I'm saying? Like,
at this point, it's really, He's the best. Tom Brady's the best quarterback in NFL history.
He's the best coach.
He's the best coach.
GOAT coach, GOAT QB.
So hey, don't be surprised. I anticipate it happening.
Like you said, man. Hey, that's a good call right there. You know, yeah, man. We about to wrap it up though. We're gonna be back, you know, to talk about what's going on after this Sunday. You know, after these football games.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of good football coming up. College football playoffs. You know, everything is ramping up. You get to the end of that Army Navy game tomorrow. Go Navy. You know.
Yeah, man. So just like, comment, subscribe. You know what I mean? No Filter Sports. You know what I mean? We out here. Mace Machiavelli, at Will Beasy. We out. Peace, love.